We're here today for the Missouri Western preview press conference. Joining us is senior quarterback Zac Dickey. We'll ask that our media please state their names and ask questions of Zac about the game against the Griffins.
Eddie Lomchek, KKOW Radio. Zac, how do you feel the preseason's gone now that you've been after each other for a couple of weeks?
You know, that's kind of a question that's hard to answer, except for I know that, you know, all throughout camp, we never had a single person that was late to a meeting, to a practice, to lunch, to, you know, to any of that kind of thing, so that's something that is nice to take note of. As far as how we're looking offensively or defensively, you know, it gets hard to tell when we go up against the same people day in and day out. You know, the defense knows what we're doing about the same time that we know what we're doing, and vice versa. So, but you know, we're all healthy for the most part, with the exception of Josiah, and we're all ready. You know, we're all very excited.
For you, senior year, what are you telling yourself at the start of the season to make sure you get the most out of it?
You know, I think we have to make sure that we play to our level and not the level of our competition. I think we had a tendency to do that, you know, a lot last year, and take it play by play and practice by practice, which is something that I think we've done a good job of doing, you know, so far this off season and into the fall camp. But that would probably be a main priority, a main focal point, is taking it play by play and game by game and reaching our level of competition, not, you know, the level of whoever we're playing, and I think the rest will take care of itself if we do that.
I know you judge yourself by how high standards. Looking back at your play last year, what do you need to do better to be at a higher level in your mind?
You know, and I think a lot of people would agree, you know, but I wanted to be more of a presence in the conference as a pocket passer. I think that was something I needed to work on more, for sure. You know, I have a tendency to want to get outside the pocket as quick as possible, and I don't allow myself to stay in there, you know, a lot of times, and so that's something that I've tried to work on. The coaches have worked with me on, and it's, you know, there's going to be times that I will have to leave the pocket, and there's going to be plays called where I leave the pocket, but you know, I'm really going to try and focus on staying in and delivering the pass when it needs to be delivered, and instead of getting happy feet and trying to run to the outside or run up the middle when I don't need to necessarily.
I know you have some experienced receivers back, but also talk about the addition of Andrew Castaneda and John Brown, and how that will help the passing game.
I mean, well, they're two very high-quality receivers, and with our veterans that from last year coming back, and with the addition of those veterans and John Brown and Andrew, it raises everyone's level of competition. You know, it adds more players to the mix for, you know, a fewer amount of spots, and so everyone's competition was raised, you know, at that position, and so they had to strive a little more, you know, than we have to before, and that raises the offensive levels, you know, production, and you know, I anticipate it raising the offensive level of production throughout the season.
Just playing on a Thursday night and playing a conference game for the first game, how different is this for you?
This is pretty cool, you know. It's exciting. We like it. I know I like it personally. It's not because it frees up your Saturdays or anyway. I don't know if I could have waited 2 more days to play, you know. So Thursday is welcomed, you know, for sure. And yeah, any chance that we can play sooner is welcomed by all of us, I think.
What about playing a conference game right off the bat?
That is a little different, but I haven't really paid much thought to it. It's we're gonna have to play them eventually. You know, why not play them right off the bat? It's no, you know, it's not something that I've dwelled on or thought about too much about. So.
Jim Henry from the Joplin Globe. Zac, for the first time, you've had the same coordinator for 2 straight seasons. Mm-hmm. Has that made this preparation for this year easier in any way?
Yeah, it is. It is a little different, and it's been a huge benefit. It's been very beneficial to me. It's nice to, you know, be able to start seeing things on the same page, you know, together, and that's the way things have been, you know, and with Coach Beck also, and it's been also, that has also been welcomed, and yeah, it's not only our second our second go around together, but it's, you know, the offensive unit's second time together, you know, underneath this scheme, and the defense put in a new scheme, you know, last year, so it's their second stab at it also, and so I think it makes everyone better, you know, a little more comfortable, and it's just really, you know, very, very exciting.
You talked about trying to stay in the pocket more and be more of a pocket passer. Are you concerned at all about maybe staying in the pocket too much?
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, that again is not something that I'm really going to dwell on. I just think I need to have more of an awareness on when I need to sit in the pocket and when I need to try and break a run, you know, and that's something that, you know, I really have tried to work on this summer, and Coach Rampy and Coach Beck have also worked with me on, and you know, so there's things that I feel real comfortable on, you know, certain plays I feel real comfortable on in the pocket, and so I'm really trying to make sure I you know, I deliver when a play is called that I need to stay in the pocket.
Now is sophomore linebacker Nate Dreiling. We'll take questions from the group.
Nate, Eddie Lomchek, KKOW. Just talk about, in your mind, how you feel the preseason has gone, and I'm sure you're anxious to play on Thursday.
Yeah, we've been waiting since December 5th to play this game. It's been a long time. Our off-season's went extremely well, all through winter workouts and summer workouts. Felt like the team bonded a lot more than we ever have. We're a real close-knit group, and that'll definitely be an advantage for us this year compared to the last couple. And we're just excited. We worked extremely hard up to this point, and we're ready to see some rewards from it.
A big year for you last year, obviously. What are you telling yourself about how to follow that up, maybe without trying to do too much?
I won't change anything I do. If anything, I need to make fewer plays and focus on taking on a block rather than try to avoid them and slip up a little bit. But looking into it, I'll take every game like I have in the past and just focus on and be ready to go.
A lot of experience back in that front six of the defense. Talk about your mindset with that group to try and set the tone for some games. Yeah,
well, when you return your whole D-line, that makes the linebacker very happy. I won't have much people blocking me usually, just like last year, so that's always nice. But our mindset is stop the run. We feel we have a pretty good group, front six, to stop it, and hopefully that's what will happen on Thursday night.
Jim Henry from the Joplin Globe. Nate, did you exceed your own expectations last year?
I don't know. I don't really know what my expectations were because I never played college football before, so I didn't know how high to set or whatnot. I just wanted to play every game as hard as I could, and that's what I did. But I know there's a lot of room I can improve on after watching film during the off season, and hopefully I'll take advantage of what I've learned, of what I need to improve in different aspects of the game, and hopefully that'll pay off for me this year.
What can you improve on?
Just a lot of little things, just footwork and where my eyes need to be during plays, just focusing on more little aspects of it rather than the whole big picture, and just trying to be a better leader this year and hopefully rally the troops and get people ready to go.
Ross Assistant from Morning Sun. In last year's game, Missouri Western ran up a lot of passing yards and points in the second half. When you went back and watched the game film, what did you see that you could adjust to?
We played terrible last year. There's no way around it. We did not execute very well at all. Our coaches had a good game plan, but we really, player-wise, we fell away from it and kind of started doing our own things. And we'll make sure we won't do that this year and hopefully have a better outcome.
Nate from KSM TV. Playing on a Thursday night, how different is this for you guys to open the season?
It is. It's just you're thinking you're sitting in school and it's a Tuesday and actually it's a Thursday game week wise, so it's kind of confusing where you're at on practice schedule, what you'll be doing today, but it won't be any difference come 6 o'clock. We'll be ready to go and it should be a fun game.
And what about playing a conference opponent first game? You looking forward to that?
Yeah, that's exciting. No non-season or non-conference openers for us. Just going straight into it. I think it actually made us work harder during the offseason, knowing that we can't slip up at all. Starting week 1 is when our conference tour begins, so we need to be ready to go and make the most of our opportunities.
Joining us now, head coach Tim Beck. He'll take questions from the group.
Coach Beck, Jim Henry from the Globe in Joplin. How much more comfortable are you now than you were 365 days ago?
I think there's a comfort level that comes. You know, the biggest thing is the continuity in your staff. You know, going from being the offensive coordinator, head coach, and having a new offensive coordinator, and you know, having everybody back for that second year. I think that definitely makes a difference. And you know, I think the kids probably feel more comfortable with us, and you know, they probably have a better understanding of what we're trying to get accomplished, and so hopefully, you know, hopefully that the experience that we have compared to last year, and the continuity with our coaching staff, and you know, I feel very, very fortunate that we're able to have the coaching staff that we do here at Pittsburgh State. I think they're a phenomenal bunch of guys, and work very well together.
Is there a particular thing about this team that you see different from last year?
Experience, number one. Just having that many more kids that have traveled and been through some of this is the first thing that kind of sticks out. But you know, last year we knew we were inexperienced. I think we had to be kind of careful on how we approached the season. This year a little bit different in the fact that you know, this group has high expectations of what we want to try to get accomplished, and as well as our coaching staff does. So, you know, yeah, I think that, you know, overall, you know, we have to wait and see when we get on the game and kind of see where we're at.
Coach Beck, Eric Kinnett from KSN TV. Playing on a Thursday night, how does that change your approach?
Yeah, that's a little bit uncomfortable for everybody, I think. You know, whether you're Missouri Western or Pittsburgh State, it's just doesn't seem right playing college football games on Thursdays. And of course, the you know, Division I's, there's a lot of schools that do it to get, you know, to be on TV more often and those type of things. But it kind of throws your schedule off a little bit. And you know, there's a chance if it was a Saturday game, we'd probably go up the night before, but because it's during the week and you don't want to get kids out of school, and it ends up being a long day. You just don't know what to do for sure on those days where you play at night and have to sit around the hotel all day. So, you know, we've decided to go up the day of, and Coach Pierce has put together a good plan for us as far as what we're doing, what time we're leaving, all those type of things. But there's no question playing on Thursday night's a little bit more demanding on how you approach things up to that point.
And playing a conference opponent, how different is that?
Yeah, that's different. You know, that's you know, playing Missouri Western, who was you know, went to the playoffs last year, and you know, with Omaha dropping out of the conference, you know, we have 10 games instead of 11, so you feel like there's a little bit less room for error. And jumping right in the conference and one of the best teams in the conference makes it a very, very important game. And I think, you know, for most times when you look back at teams that are successful and they end up going to playoffs, most times those teams are going to win their first game because it's something early on. It's very important to get that positive momentum going at the beginning of the year.
Rob Sisney from the Morning Sun. This last year, you had a lot of success against Missouri Western on the ground, with 358 yards, and that definitely kept you in the game a long time. You plan to attack that?
Well, you know, I think, you know, you can kind of break every game apart and look at what you did good and what you did bad. Overall, we still, as a team, offensive unit, we were not as well balanced as we'd like to be. But we did have success running the ball. You know, all their defensive linemen are back from last year. They did lose a couple of linebackers, but you know, that's part of the chess match. When you go into a first game, you just have no idea what they're going to do offensively and defensively. I mean, you have somewhat of an idea that the success that they've had, they're going to be pretty consistent, but there's still going to be changes. Both teams are going to change a little bit, and you have to kind of try to prepare for everything for the first game so that you know, you're well versed in about everything on both sides of the ball. And so you know, we have to be prepared for something different, have to be prepared for them to change a little bit, because we did have success running the ball, and Coach Partridge is going to be adamant about, you know, stopping the run first.
Do you expect Western to change much with the new quarterback coming in?
You know, I think that's a really good question. I don't know. Anybody's, you know, no one's going to know until we get to the game. But You know, I understand he's got a very strong arm. So you would think that him being in the system they've been and the success that they have had and the group of receivers that they have, that they wouldn't change a whole lot. You know, I think that, you know, they lost to the one running back that the split time a lot last year, and so the other one will be the featured guy. And you know, I don't anticipate them changing a whole lot from where they've been.